Don't have to ask me twice, Streamyard. And we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Insufferable Bastards, the virgin test of our Streamyard software. Yeah, we've never used Streamyard, okay? We're Zoom guys. I still have a pink Zoom. Never had an iPod my whole life.
I don't even know what an iPod is.
All right, so my name, for the purposes of this broadcast, is Carlos Danger, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Brian Spears. Hello, Brian.
Hello, hello.
So, one thing I should try to do is maybe I'll put this on Twitter real fast to see if we can get anybody to test our comments out there. So we're going to be Why Do I Podcast in another week. You're watching. He had a really great interview, by the way. Why Do I Podcast had an awesome interview with a guy who used to work for Royce. Now, Royce was a producer on the Stuttering John show. Right?
Was it the guy with the autographs in the background?
I never saw him. I never saw the actual video. Wait, it says we got a comment. Oh, we actually have a comment. Let's see if this works. Hi, Ian Hawk. You're our only viewer. Welcome to our test stream. But I was just saying, yeah, Why Do I Podcast interviewed the guy who used to work for, we got that. I'm here, Carlos Danger. Yeah, thank you for using the quotes, too. I appreciate that. So it was a really good interview, I thought. Did you happen to see that, Brian, or no?
No.
Yeah, okay, so I'll try to get it out for the fourth time because now this is all different for me. I've never used StreamYard. I'm seeing we actually get comments. I just wanted to see. How do I make it go? Well, I'll just leave it up there forever.
I don't think it goes away until another one comes in.
No, I think I have to go like that. I can go like that, shows it. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting for people. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But how else do you learn technology at our age unless you just try it out? So Why Do I Podcast had on the guy. What I think his name is Sam. I want to say I could go look that up, but we haven't done any show prep for this. This is just off the top of our heads. But he gave some really good information about what it was like to work with Stuttering John. Ian Hawk says it was pretty good. Kevin Dumbfuck is getting a little better at interviewing. Yeah, I guess the knock that you hear against Kevin is that he interrupts too much. But I thought I didn't pick that up on this particular interview. I think that's his style. You know what I mean? If you're going to be watching Kevin Dumbfuck, Why Do I Podcast, he might interrupt a little bit. But I'm trying to think if anything jumped out during that interview. But I guess they're going to be on again Saturday for a live stream.
Like a live stream?
They'll be taking questions and taking. Hey, there's Why Do I Podcast. We're our inspiration. There he is right there. We were just talking about what a good job you did interviewing that dude who used to work with Stuttering John the other day. I also like the guy he was talking to. I'm just going to call him Sam. I don't know if that's his name, but I'm going to call him Sam. He was talking about how that time in his life when he was working for Royce and John, what he says, sorry, interrupt. Nah, forget it, man. Just you be you. You be you. Whatever comes natural to you. Now we're getting Don Adams, he says. We're getting so many comments. I can't. This is going to be. We might do a live stream on Saturday with a particular. We love you, Kevin. That's good. I do love Kevin. Yeah, he's inspired me to try out StreamYard. I'll never do OBS though. That stuff is made by communists. So the guy whose name was I'm going to have to look it up again. Don Adams. He was talking about when he worked for Royce and Stuttering John, what a particular tough time in his life it was. He was at a low point personally and spiritually and emotionally, it sounded like. I also don't like how you can see all my fatness in this video. And he just happened to be coupled with all those personal problems. He's working at a job that he doesn't like. OBS is king. I don't know, Kevin. I've tried it with Max. I once live streamed years ago. It had to be 2015, 14, right around for 36 hours straight using OBS, not knowing what I was doing. And it worked perfectly until the 35th hour. Somehow it just magically, it was like a gift from God. And since then I've never been able to. Great lighting. Yeah, I have a lamp on. A light on, and I got something over here too. Brian is of course cloaked in darkness. So he says that OBS is king. He says I can help. Oh, now we're out of. Oh, here now I might have totally. What do you do now if you have all the comments and it's taken up all the space? There's no more room for comments. I don't know if I'll see. We might just be stuck. This is something I didn't realize. Did these automatically go away?
What is this?
I can put somebody in timeout. or hi. Well, that's showing. And then that's, yeah, this is really, so that's something to figure out. I'll just say, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, that was Why Do I Podcast. Good job. And this is specifically who I'm doing the live stream for. Kinky Loco. Yes, we are definitely popping our StreamYard cherry. Kinky Loco. Thanks for all your kindness, Kinky, by the way. And we are going to have Brian. Next time we do a Howard Stern show, we got to think of a topic. We're going to give Kinky advance notice. So weird saying Kinky, but his name is Kinky, and we'll have him on. We just got to give him, and we'll do like a little test.
What era does he prefer?
Well, he knows it all. He knows it all. He is definitely, he knows everything that we know. He knows that and double.
Because I'd love a Jackie.
Do a whole Jackie thing?
Because I think Jackie's, I mean, hey, listen, Artie's great. Artie's what it was, but there's something sentimental right now about a Jackie. Like the show wasn't that big. It was, you know, it was.
I don't know. You say you know a lot. That's one thing I've noticed. So do I. But you say it.
All right, I'm not a broadcaster. I'm a behind the scenes guys. If you guys don't like it, you know what the hell?
No, you can't say that. Who you, Chad Zumach? Oh, speaking of which, let's see what happens with. Kinky says he loves the Jackie.
I'm as funny as Chad Zumach, that's for sure. I might even be funnier.
Listen, don't start messing with. I am not messing with Chad. He has put the fear of God into me at this point. Seeing all he does. You know. We got which is now cool. I like that the default setting in all our minds now. If we can't think of something, I do this in my private life too. You just start going, So yeah, there's a great video that I saw. I think it's Jackie asking for autographs. Yeah, it's Howard yelling at Jackie for asking for autographs, and it was very, very funny. Why Do I Podcast called me a puss. But my info has been out there. Like, this podcast has technically existed since 2016. It was incorporated into my day job. So I'm already out there. My name, address, all that. I don't need Chad screwing with me. All right, let's see what happens.
Afford a car to get up here.
Dude, now you don't on Twitter. This is indicative of you not being on Twitter and not seeing the insanity stuff.
I'll give him my phone number. He can call me.
Kinky Loco says when he heard. Oh, see, now I understand why people get like a producer, or they have a third person doing this. Kinky Loco, when he had Grillo ask guests to sign. Yes, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. I got it wrong. I misstated. That's why Kinky's awesome, because he knows. He's like an encyclopedia of Howard Stern stuff, whereas I'm like a sloppy New York Post. We got Mondo Creepy. Jackie, that's not funny. Hello, Mondo Creepy. That is our good friend Mondo. And then we've got Why Do I Podcast? Chad won't do anything. It's all talk.
Listen, I'm not saying the guy's not psycho. All I'm saying is the guy's not funny.
Out of everybody in this room, who's got the criminal? I mean, not in this room, but he's literally more than all talk, I think. But that being said, let me just try something out here. And again, if you're seeing us for the first time, we are a movie review and TV review podcast. We are Dabbler adjacent because we have interest in the Howard Stern world going back years. But we're also considered and widely known, our stake in the Dabblerverse is that we're the most boring. If we're going to talk about Howard Stern or Stuttering John, Chad Zumach, all that stuff, we're known as the most boring of all those content producers. So we wear that proudly. Chad will do something. Let's see. Mondo Creepy says Chad will do something and then say it isn't his fault. Oh, he must have watched Why Do I Podcast. Who are these podcasts?
Who are these podcasts with the Gino?
With Gino Bisconte, went through Chad's $30 Patreon, which is pretty interesting. I didn't even know that Chad did that Patreon. Somehow I missed it. But I have noticed a lot of these Patreons are going up. I had to unload a couple. I'm still with Ray DeVito. I'll never get rid of Ray DeVito. All right, I'm going to try to do something here. Because we're going to do a podcast. We might do this Saturday live at some point. I don't want to say one because a new thing with all these podcasts is that people go live 5 minutes before to steal limited viewers there are for this. So if I go and I'm going to go share screen, right? And it gives me all these tips, and then I share the screen, and I want to do a Chrome tab, and then I can look at it. And then it's going to share the tab audio. Yes. Oh, but you know what? This is going to mess up because I don't have. All right, let me just try this. So there's that.
All right. You guys just missed a great podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is.
So then if we wanted to. Oh, okay, so we're still in
Mondays
the.
with Mazer. Yeah. I'm Chad Zumach, Florida's greatest. Tony Mazer's right across from me. How you doing, Sailor?
I'm doing well. I see. I'm looking.
Chad sounds
like
a little
news, where I put
inebriated.
the overcoat on over my my gym shirt because I've got my Gilbert Gottfried shirt. Rest in peace.
I started watching this morning.
Don't you want to love Tony Mazer, right? I'm like this close to loving him, but then he always gets on here and complains or comments. I don't know why these people, or maybe that's his other, maybe that's Tyler. They're always like, I don't understand why people comment about you, Chad. I just don't get it. What's going on? And then it's like, well, have you looked at Twitter for the last 2 weeks? That's why people are commenting on him.
Or do you think they're just trying to get Chad to do Chad?
No, I think these are legit. These are legit friends of
We
his.
lost this year.
He was living in Boca Raton. I before he died, he was living down.
Oh wait, now do I have to go? Do I go? Oh, okay. I can go full
They
screen. I'm all just learning this for the first time.
Boca, and just
then I can go back.
I don't
and
know
there's
if it was
me and
because
you.
of his illness or like they wanted to get him away and just keep him, give him a little bit of sunshine. But
Yeah, we
he
can
was
all
doing the
relate with
last couple
that.
of years in Boca.
The reason I know is Jim's manager Tommy. Tommy was saying, "Hey, we're looking for a guy to drive Gilbert around and open for him." And because he's down here in Florida,
One thing it's
you notice Jim.
It's
no
much
one
more
asked me
difficult to
do it,
pay
'cause I'm
attention
a
to what's
fucking
happening on the
piece of
screen with
shit drunk,
StreamYard
so.
because there's so much going on my end. Like I'm not watching any of
end.
this.
I tried
But
to
at least I know.
follow
Okay,
it.
so that's how we share a screen. That's simple enough.
Can you share graphics?
Yeah, so I did create a couple of like banners, right? You see that one right there, and then I can get rid of that. I think. Did that go away? What did I just do here?
That was the one on the bottom.
Oh, on the bottom. Okay, and it moves up the chat. Again, sorry to everybody that's seeing this, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
The scroll.
And that one's already there. Yeah, so that's stuff that can go. And again, I realize we're not Why Do I Podcast, but all right, that's pretty easy, right? I don't know how much longer we have to blab on because I kind of get it. Oh, I guess the one thing, if anybody's watching, I'll try sharing the screen again. If you could please, you know what I should look? Does this stuff work if I play like? Do people in the chat hear that?
It's actually louder than usual.
Oh, really? Oh, we got a boo. Wait, I'm gonna turn that off because he's obviously got it. He's gonna get his lawyers on us immediately. But here's
fucking superhero movies.
Is that loud?
How many fucking more
That's
can
pretty
they
good.
do?
All right, that's that. So we got a boo from Cardiff Electric, and with that, I think we should look. I mean, hey, we already cease and desist. That was clearly fair use. That was like maybe 4 seconds. That was it. Just the bass drum. But look, we're trying to. We got. I don't know what does that. We got Mondo Creepy saying, "I wake up with that song in my head." Yes, it's very catchy. Cardiff Electric did a live stream last night. I woke up at 4 a.m. I had missed it, but I started watching it, and he had Ray DeVito on, the great Ray DeVito, who may or may not be a guest of ours coming up Saturday. As soon as I saw Ray DeVito on Cardiff's podcast, I thought Cardiff had hacked into my Twitter account somehow and stole Ray DeVito as a guest because I always think about myself. Kinky Loco, I wake my wife and kids up with that song every morning. Yes, I have done that same thing. My daughter never gets up in the morning, and I play me some Cardiff Electric. But all right, so we're a movie review podcast, and oh yeah, I can see why people have a producer. It's really, I can't talk and read comments. It's a whole new experience for me. It's going to be extra bad this Saturday if we try to do this live. But we have a thing going. We have a Google form going where we want to know. It's just 3 questions. Well, 4. The name of your podcast, if you want to include it, or your name, if you want to include it. You don't have to. The next question is, what was the best show of 2022, meaning television show or Netflix or Hulu or streaming or HBO or whatever you saw on the small screen that's not a feature-length movie. Number 3, what was the worst thing you saw on TV in terms of TV programming in 2022? And then thirdly, we asked, and this is kind of a wordy one, so people might not get it, if you look back at all the content and memes and videos that people created in the Dabbler universe in 2022, what was the best one? So
Can
those
I
are the-
ask a question about us getting these?
It is the catchiest podcast theme. And then Cardiff says, try the remix. I haven't stolen that yet, but it is really good too. He's got a metal remix. Although I think I prefer the old one. That's where I was like a Led Zeppelin guy. I never got into like Metallica. I never could stand what's his
a
name?
heavier tune.
Yeah, the dude's voice.
I have a question
All right,
about
what's your
these
question?
things that we get submitted. Are we allowed? Are we
What?
allowed to make fun of them?
Well,
Because I know we did this last
yeah,
year.
last year. Well, all the people who submitted last year are not submitting this year. I can tell you that. That's why I keep putting it on Twitter, because last year we did a whole bunch of lists of best movie, worst movie, best podcast, worst podcast, and a lot of the comic book podcasts all chose whatever the big, like the Eternals or whatever came out, or Spider-Man. That was it. Everyone chose Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is the best movie of the year.
And then we were saying, well, that's rotten. You have bad taste. People who grew up reading comic books have naturally bad taste in film. We got all
Right,
annoying.
see, all right, Kinky gets it.
Well, that's because now we have a slightly different audience since we started doing YouTube, like people who are able to take a joke and believe me, the goofing that goes on, the people in the comments
are going to be
much
funnier than we are.
and more vicious than we would ever be. But yeah, that did create a stink in our little podcast universe because we made fun of people's clips. Oh, we lost Brian. See, this is good to know. Brian, did you insert your Ethernet cord that you got yet, or are you still going off Wi-Fi? You still going off Wi-Fi?
I can't find it.
What do you mean you can't
I'll try to find it by
it?
Saturday.
God damn it.
Dude, I got Christmas going on. I'm doing home improvement.
What are you, the only one with Christmas?
Well, yeah. But you have, I have
your gift to me can be plugging in your Ethernet cord.
All right, well, I'll return everything else I got you. All the comic books I bought you.
Now it's like we're married.
Same but conversation. My thing is, I will never insult your family or your personal life. I would insult your taste in movies and TV, and I hope everyone, Oh,
these YouTube people, this is a tough
I'm fine.
Breed.
I just
way tougher.
As long
than
as we can goof
to.
a little bit on a choice if we disagree with it. I know we ticked off so many people last year. I mean, come on, you can't laugh at because every idiot picked Star Wars, and again,
Spider-Man. But wait, you got a question here. This is from Cardiff Electric. This is going back a few shows.
I have not completed the
wait, I gotta read the question. Let me get it out there. Brian
it's there for everyone to see.
Well, maybe we'll convert this into audio only too. We got a lot going on. Has Brian completed my Rochester prosthetics yet? With a capital P for prosthetics.
I have all the materials and we'll be starting the build any day now. I'm thinking a mask that will slip on and off very easily, and I'm trying to figure out the proportions. It's kind of hard when I don't know who this guy is. It's just some computer screen that's asking me, and a potato that's asking me to do something. So,
well, I can get you because he did appear on stage. I'm a member of his Patreon. There is like a photo of him, so you can get kind of what he's he's a much better shape than I am.
He also shared a picture on our podcast.
Right. So you get it. Yeah.
So I'm not,
so that basic Michael mask fit him, right?
Yeah.
He's not like morbidly obese is what I'm trying to say.
I also wanted to look as close as I can to his
because usually you would do. How would the process usually work for this? You would do a whole face cast.
You want him to see out of it, but his mouth and eyes are not exactly like, they're just very specific to his potato. So I want it to look cool and yet him be very happy with it. But I got till February.
I know it's coming right up.
Well, I mean,
maybe Cardiff will have to travel down to your domicile to do a body cast.
Oh, no. I mean, Cardiff, you paying for this thing, or I'm a fan and I'm trying to work something out.
I bet you Cardiff is like a closet millionaire when it comes down to it. Maybe Sam Kinison. Maybe Sam Kinison didn't die. Okay, 7'3". What does that mean? 7 3/4.
That's probably his hat size or his head size.
Oh,
or no, is it something else? The friggin' wise guy too.
Well, I like he had this. You know what to do.
Yeah.
That also we were talking that's Eric the Midget's greatest moment.
Oh yeah. And anyone else that
hit
says
with Johnny, huh?
that anyone else that says otherwise, they're Jimmy Kimmel fans.
That's it. So that is a veiled insult at Why Do I Podcast and Be Dabbler.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're doing right
I
there.
don't even know
see
if
what
it's a
you're doing.
veiled,
You know what to do. But yeah, so that's the news of this podcast. That was worth 20 minutes right there. Brian is trying to work on some type of thing to help that guy. That's all we can say. We got Kinky Loco. Eric the Midget is also a topic I'm very well versed in. Well, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we should go back and revisit the Eric the Midget hit.
I mean, I'd love to do that, but also I'd love to know because lately there's a lot of talk of the Mount Rushmore of whack packs, and I don't know why anyone doesn't remember Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf, or are we not remembering
Crackhead Bob?
Crackhead Bob.
I feel that Crackhead Bob is on a whole other. He's got like his own mountain range, like he's separate and apart.
But it's all these.
And then
new
I would
people.
think Hank is number 2. A lot of people. Somebody
Well,
was just talking about
think
Hank
Eric
the other
gets all
day.
the thunder. Eric is Eric the actor is not like the greatest whack packer because he's he knew what he was doing.
Maybe that's the topic. Maybe we have Kinky Loco on here and we talk about who's the greatest whack packer. Or we do a tier list, right? Cardiff Electric says you should have me on. Cardiff, having you on this show, it was definitely it was the greatest moment in our podcast history, I think, right? And I've interviewed Artie Lang. Cardiff he was more with it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we would have you on anytime, Cardiff. It's intimidating. All right. To use chat, I'm a beta. I'll say it. You know what I mean? Cardiff's the alpha in that relationship. Beetle, ETM, Hank are top 3. Well, I think Jeff the Drunk. I actually like Jeff the Drunk ranks above Beetlejuice for me. And I got a cameo from him. Backpack tier list is a great idea. All right, yes, things are coming together.
So I'd love to do that.
Beetlejuice should have the Lincoln Memorial for whack packers. So it is weird. Like Beetlejuice has become a meme. Like my kids, they're just aware of who he is from TikTok.
Who he is.
Not his connection to Stern. They just know that face. So, all right, that's it. I think. All right. Wait, please fill out our form. That's what I wanted to say. Let me just practice to see if I can do this. If I share the screen and then I go like this, and it's really annoying to probably read all that. And I'm going to do if you follow us on Twitter. Hopefully I'm not giving away my personal information right here. You can't see my login, right? But anyway, if you go to our Twitter thing right now, it's the bastard 666 at Twitter. It's pinned to the top. It's a Google form. Please fill that out. We want to have more than we had last year. We don't want to admit that insulting comic book fans resulted in less participation this year as opposed to last year. So it's a joint mission that the Dabblerverse is greater than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, there are no more comments. I want to thank people for helping us out. Kinky Loco, God bless you. Cardiff Electric, our friend Mondo Creepy, goes back years now. And then we had Why Do I Podcast. And then at the very beginning, we had, who was it? Ian Hawk. Thank you so much for, it's roll call at the end of the show. What do I just go hit leave the studio? Do you think that? Oh, wait, no, I got end broadcast. All right, wait, I'll play our theme music.
Hi, this is Stuttering John Melendez from The Howard Stern Show. And for some really stupid reason, you're listening.
Insufferable Bastards.
Great name for a podcast, morons.
This will be loud.
All right, speaking of people you don't want to hang out with, I happened to stumble across this show on YouTube called Insufferable Bastards.
Shut up, Karl.